The Black Lives Matter movement was started in 2013 as a non-violent protest group aimed as a response to police brutality against black people. The acquittal of George Zimmerman of Trayvon Martin's death inspired the creation of the group through hashtags on Twitter. Since then, the movement has grown through street demonstrations and in 2020 reached a peak of relevance due to the death of George Floyd. Floyd's death at the hands of police brutality was filmed and seen online by millions, prompting a backlash that transcended just police brutality but highlighted injustice towards black and minority people as a whole. The movement is a shared message that people of all races could unite behind, and as such has become synonymous with significant social change in the modern era. Because of this, many companies have given their backing to fund the message of equality. This video is going to look at the most significant donations and who provided those funds. Remember, you can support us by liking this video and subscribing if you want to see more like it. But for now, let's look at the largest donations to the Black Lives Matter movement. The beauty and fashion industry has often come under criticism due to the lack of equality or not representing minorities in the right way. However, the term black is beautiful is fast becoming a reality, as many beauty companies are making pledges to Black Lives Matter associated organisations. Honest Beauty, founded by Jessica Alba, in an Instagram post announced that they would be giving $100,000 to various charities, including the NAACP Legal Defence Fund and the Equal Justice Initiative. Beverly Hills-based company Anastasia Beauty also pledged to donate $100,000 to various groups. Glossier, however, provided the biggest pledge in this area, with $500,000 spread across the NAACP, the Equal Justice Initiative, the Marsha P. Johnson Institute, and We the Protesters. Generous as this is, there are other industries that have pledged to donate more. Health and wellness as a whole contributed a significant amount of funds. Exercise bike company Peloton twinned a minimalist Instagram post with a pledge of $500,000 to NAACP. Although fitness plan company Whoop pledged less than $20,000, they followed up with a 5-plan pledge towards minority causes including training, education, and days off for significant civil occasions such as local elections. The biggest donator in the fitness and wellness sector was healthcare giant United Health, who have agreed to donate $10 million. This is divided across several causes, including George Floyd's children, Minnesota businesses affected by social unrest, and $5 million to the YMCA Equity Innovation Center of Excellence. Part of the reason for United Health's large donations, other than the fact that their revenue is almost $250 billion, is that their headquarters is based just outside of Minneapolis, where George Floyd was killed. We'll move to a few more sectors now before ending with the highest donations of all businesses across the country. Food is a massive industry with massive turnover, especially in the US, and fast food chains have also given generously. Burger chain Wendy's tweeted the following in response to the unrest: "We're about putting our money where our mouth is, so here's our money and here's our mouth. We are committed to donating $500,000 to support social justice, the youth and education in the black community, starting with the Thurgood Marshall College Fund." Food and drink giants McDonald's and Coca-Cola followed suit, and the former pledged $1 million to go to the NAACP and the National Urban League. Coke promised $2.5 million to the NAACP, Equal Justice Initiative, and the National Center for Civil and Human Rights, with a statement titled "Where We Stand on Social Justice." Clothing is another big industry that's contributed to the cause. The donations aren't as large as the ones we've seen already, but the volume of companies pledging sums means that the industry as a whole is contributing massively. San Francisco-based clothing company Everlane announced two $75,000 donations to the Equal Justice Initiative and the ACLU in a recent Instagram post. Everlane employees also compiled a shared document with educational resources on how to take action and support the BLM movement. Shoe company Tom's promised to donate $100,000 for social causes. Attached to an Instagram post quoting Martin Luther King, lingerie company Spanx detailed plans to donate $100,000 to a variety of organisations and a further $100,000 specifically in their home of Atlanta. Levi's is also donating $200,000, half to the ACLU and the other half in grants to Live Free USA, an organisation working to end mass incarceration. Gap Brands pledged a total of $250,000 to the NAACP and Embrace Race on behalf of the brand that includes Athena, Old Navy and Gap. Athletic brand Lululemon were also able to offer that figure after their initial donation of $100,000 was improved upon by external donations. The biggest donations in this area, with the exception of one very large donation which we'll explore later in this video, were H&M at $500,000, with Etsy and Warby Parker both pledging $1 million each. With an ever-increasing diverse fan base, gaming companies have been doing their bit. Ubisoft, responsible for the Far Cry series, have pledged $100,000 in solidarity with black team members, players and the black community. Square Enix, a company originating from Japan and developers of the Final Fantasy series, amongst others, announced in a tweet that they will be donating $250,000 to BLM, as well as other organisations. Huge gaming company EA announced a $1 million donation to improve racial equality, and the brand says it will donate more to partners in the future. The big box brands are known for their big discounts to attract customers, and they've also pledged equally large donations. Home Depot CEO Craig Mearner announced a $1 million donation to the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, in a statement that included the line, "We are dedicated to supporting you and our communities during this time, with the goal of emerging more united than ever." Target have agreed to donate 10 times that amount, as well as committing 10,000 hours of consulting for small businesses in the Twin Cities that are owned by people of colour. The largest donation in this field will come to, along with some big pledges, after exploring the tech industry. Tech is one of the wealthiest industries of modern times, as well as the most recognisable. They can afford to make giant pledges, and have done just that. Mark Zuckerberg-owned Facebook has pledged $10 million, and not wanting to be outdone, Jeff Bezos has promised to donate the same for Amazon. Google have, however, outdone their two rivals here, committing $12 million to equality causes, but this still doesn't compare to the biggest tech donation, which we'll look at, along with the other largest donations, to the Black Lives Matter movement. Starting with Nike. The sporting goods company, famous for their sneakers, has drawn up a 4-year plan over which $40 million will be spent on organisations that support the Black Lives Matter movement. Next are two match donations that represent the largest made by all of these companies, and it's no surprise that these are two of the biggest companies in the country, Apple and Walmart. Both have pledged a huge $100 million to the cause. Apple is using the money for a new racial equality and justice initiative that will challenge the systemic barriers to opportunity and dignity that exist for communities of colour, and particularly for the black community. Meanwhile, Walmart CEO Doug McMillon has said in an email to employees that a new Centre for Racial Equality will seek to advance economic opportunity and healthier living, including issues surrounding the social determinants of health, strengthening workforce deployment and related educational systems, and support criminal justice reform with an emphasis on examining barriers to opportunity faced by those exiting the system. So these are the largest donations to Black Lives Matter. The movement has united people around the world to strive for equality, and it's also united companies in a rare show of unified financial support to one cause. What do you think about these donations? How would you like to see companies do more for the cause? Let us know about these and your other thoughts in the comments, and if you like this video, please click subscribe for more like it. Thanks for watching.